Hello, everyone, and blessed be. This is going to be a rather intense video, and I'm going to close this a little bit, see if that helps. And if you're seeing this, then I decided to post it because right now I'm not 100% sure I will. I'm trying to get the glare off my glasses. Got home from work not too long ago, got in the shower. I have no makeup on, and my hair's still wet. Yeah, here we go. Can I get the glare off my glasses? I don't know that I can. We'll just roll with it. It's probably good. You can't always see my eyes because this is going to be a rather intense, probably an emotional video, but I'll just go with it. Just got done watching Lindy's video, Willow Night Owl, with her counter hashtag say yes to pagan unity. And before that, I watched She Who Walks Between the Worlds. I hope I'm saying that right. About the whole plastic witch crap that's going around right now. And She Who Walks Between the World, her video was amazing. So was, oh, I'm going to say it wrong, Brittany. I'll put the link in the description below because right now I'm just kind of pissed off. And I can't remember her name, but she did a plastic witch one that was great as well. Brooms up to all of you guys. And Amethyst Ascension has done a great one as well too. But I was watching Lindy's video, and oh God, she's the sweetest soul in the world. Can I just tell you? And I'm sorry this is moving. I'm literally just holding my camera. It is what it is. Sweetest soul. And at one point she stood up for me because I do unboxing videos. I guess that's being attacked as well too. And it warmed my heart, but also made me angry. Not at her at all. My heart and my love to you, my dear. Thank you so much for doing that. It just made me angry that this is even an issue. I mean, stop. It needs to stop. If you don't like they've all said, if you don't like something on YouTube, there's a lot of other channels to choose from. And because somebody does unboxings or enjoys watching them, it does not make them more or less of a witch. I mean, to me, that's ridiculous. But I also, there was a Facebook post, it's a meme that's gone around many times, and it starts out, says, you know, the gay kid you teased at lunch just committed suicide. The heavyset girl you just teased about being fat is now starving herself. It was that kind of thing. And along those lines, this crap is just mean. You know, under the guise of being helpful or whatever they want to call it, bottom line is it's just mean to attack somebody and tell them they're inferior or their practice is inferior because of something they are or aren't doing, and judging it based on your own path. It's mean. Bottom line. So, you're going to learn a little bit more about me, and it's not for sympathy. In fact, I despise sympathy. but I'm going to bear a bit of my soul here for the purpose of supporting others who may not have a channel or may not want to talk about some of the things. But first of all, I could give a rat's ass if somebody doesn't like my unboxing videos. And if they want to judge my path based on those, help yourself. I don't care. I love unboxing videos. I love seeing and hearing the reactions of the people opening them, as well as seeing the products. I'm not ashamed of that. I love it. I could grab a blanket, curl up on the couch. Sorry, this is shaking because I'm getting emotional. I try to be calm. And watch unboxings all day. I'm not ashamed of that. There you go. But, and again, not for sympathy. And there are so many people out there in the world with way worse stories than I have. And I'm not going to tell you all my business, but I am going to give you an overview that kind of leads up to the unboxings. Because those unboxings, those videos, and me right now, not a lick of makeup on, my teeth tore up, whatever. You have no idea what a milestone those things were for me in my life. Like many people, I had a pretty shitty childhood. My mom couldn't stand me, and she made sure I knew that every day of my life. Every single day she let me know. Whether it was physical abuse or emotional abuse, she let me know. She also made sure that I felt as ugly and as inferior as possible. And I left home about the age of 13-ish. My last day, when I finally got the courage to leave, I was beaten, I was bruised, I was bleeding, and showed up at my best friend's door that way. From there, I was in group homes, foster homes. As a teenager, I lived on the streets. I slept behind dumpsters and alleys to protect myself from the environment. I stole food from grocery stores to eat. And had a lot of ups and downs in my life. From there, I moved on to bad relationships. It's a cycle. When I was pregnant with my oldest son, I was very young. And I was terrified of being a parent because so many people said abused children become abused parents. And that terrified me, even though I didn't feel I had it in me. It terrified me to my core, to where I enrolled in a class called Breaking the Cycle. And it was for abused teens who were pregnant. I was a teen. And it was ran by some pretty amazing people who helped us through those feelings, through those emotions. And I wasn't the greatest mom in the world, but I was not her. Ever her. But it took me a long time, and still to this day I work through some of the things. I no longer hate her. I no longer give her any power over me to have control of what happens in my life now. If I react a certain way to something now, I have the power to work through that. She doesn't have any power over me anymore. But it took a long time to get to that point. I went through a lot of bad relationships. There's a thing about abused children. It becomes the norm. It isn't something you go and tell people about. I was mortified that anybody ever knew, or when they found out and I was put in those group homes, that people had to hear my business. I was so mortified. And so I moved into abusive relationships, extremely abusive. And I'm not going to go into the horror stories of those, but there was a lot of emotional abuse, and there was physical abuse, and there was a lot of other ugly. But the whole point is, no matter where I was in my life, there was always something telling me I was ugly or I was fat, even when I wasn't fat, or I was less than, or I was, and I am a very strong, confident person now. Very. I am very happy in my life. I am happy with who I am. I am proud of who I am. You know, but sometimes it's still there. It still shows its head in certain places. I have a sister who has she's like the sun. She is, and she's been through a lot of crap too. But she helped me put myself out there, I guess you could say. Her encouragement, just her life, her energy, helped me, as well as my children. My children have always supported me, always been wonderful. And I would watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of witchcraft channels. And I'm not going to get into my past about the whole, how long have you been a witch kind of thing. Because that's another thing that kind of drives me crazy. I mean, I love hearing people's history and I love hearing their stories. And maybe I'll do another video about that. I'm just going to kind of skip that part right now. But there was that fear, putting myself out there, and I finally took the plunge. I told myself, put it on your bucket list, just do it. You can delete the video afterwards. And my first video was a dollar store haul or something, and I was so nervous. I was shaking through the whole thing, but I said, I watched other people's where they didn't show their face, and I was like, score, I can do that. I can just show my hands. Perfect. I can dip my toe into this huge ocean a little bit safer by not showing my face, by doing something fun like a haul. I didn't have to get in anything too serious, and I could give it a try. So I gave it a try. And then I got my first subscription box, Goddess Provisions, and I did an unboxing on that one. And each little video helped break through that wall of fear, of low self-esteem. Each video was a victory. Even if it was just showing my hands, it was an inner victory for me that a lot of people are going to absolutely understand, and some won't. And then I started trying to maybe dip into some non-hauls or non-unboxings. Made me a little bit more nervous. Just because of reasons like this, because people tend to nitpick. And as strong and as confident as I am, there is still that little child in me at times that retreats and hides. And so to the people complaining about plastic witches, to the people complaining about unboxings, or people who go and buy things, or people who do it all naturally, you don't know their story. You don't. And maybe you should think about that. Because by putting somebody else down, it's like bullying, whether it's intention or not. I know some people are gonna get mad at me over this video. It is what it is. I mean, people get mad over videos all the time. I'm a small channel, who cares? But you could be shutting somebody down. Somebody could be trying something. Somebody could be so excited to do that unboxing video. And then somebody says something that, like, oh, real witches don't get subscription boxes. And they just retreat. Now they're not going to say anything else. Now they're not going to do anything else. Makes me angry. But I think the other three ladies have said things far much better than me, because I just get emotional and I get angry, and I don't want to throw a temper tantrum and shut all my videos down, but I can kind of see why some people have done that. And I don't blame them for it. This community is supposed to be, I know we're all human, but it's supposed to be so open-minded, so inclusive, kind of, you know, the underdogs in some aspect. And we grow and we strengthen each other and we support each other. And I am seeing that actually in response to those kind of videos. So that makes me so happy. I am seeing the VR responses. I am seeing people step up and say, that's not cool. And I think for that, I'm kind of glad for the crappy videos attacking people and putting them down, because the community at large is stepping up and saying, we're not going to take that. That's not okay. And so, you know, I guess maybe there's a good outcome in all of this. But my hand is shaking, so I'm really sorry. I do not like telling my personal business. But I wanted to share that. I didn't want to share that. I didn't share that for me. I shared that for all those other people who either aren't doing videos because they're too afraid to, or have had that kind of reaction to their videos and have stopped. I'm doing it for them. And I'm doing it for you, Lindy, because, like I said, you touched my heart when you said what you did. And I better turn this off because I'm having a hard time holding this camera right now. But anyhow, I am glad everybody is saying what they're saying. I'm glad it's being talked about. And I'm glad that the majority of people are taking a stand and saying this is not okay, because it's not. So I'm going to end this now before I drop the camera. Thank you all. And if you watch this, thank you again. Blessed be.